Yeah!
Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filcher from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me, where in the world is
Carmen San Diego.
All right, here's part 2 of our journey. Here we are at Patrick's Point State Park, just a little bit north of Trinidad, California. This is one of our favorite places to go camping.
In the last 11 months, we have been here 3 times.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty ironic. We came last July,
Yep.
the end of July. Then we came in November after Ethan died, and now we're here in June.
Yeah.
Usually we just come once, maybe twice a year.
Yeah. But I grew up coming here. I love finding agates. By the way, agate finding right now is horrible. It's all sand. So that's a little annoying.
A little disappointing.
But we had a pretty good trip coming over here. I'm always nervous about driving a truck with 319,000 miles on it over some really big grades, but truck did well.
Yeah, we made it here, set up the trailer, so it's been very fun to be in the trailer and just kind of adjust to that. We're actually parked or camping in a different spot. Usually we're over in the tent loop, and
Yeah.
now we're like in the big loop. And
The
when
kids are loving that, by the way, because they feel so grown up because they get to go around this huge loop on their bikes, and so it's really good.
2 years ago when we came with Ethan, they were kind of all done with the small loop. And we were letting Ethan and Holly come over here and ride in the big loop, and so I think they're ready for it, and I think they're enjoying that.
Yeah.
So when we arrived, it was pouring
Pouring rain.
So kind of had a little break when we were setting up the trailer, and then it just started dumping, and all I could think of was like,
We had a river going through the driveway of our campsite.
I was really glad we just went in the trailer, and the kids played Mancala, and we played some other board games, and
Yeah.
we had French dip sandwiches in the trailer, and I was just really glad that we were not
Yeah.
in a tent wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's been fun. Yeah, I think one of my favorite things about coming, we have a lot of friends that come and a lot of kids, and for our children, they have both sets of cousins here. So they have all of their Absher cousins. So my brother's family's here with his 5 kids, and then Joey's family is here with those the 6 other cousins from their side of the family. And so I think that's pretty special that they get to romp around and ride their bikes and go play at the beach, and the kids they get along really well.
Really well. I mean, to have this many kids that get along so well, it's
Right.
really pretty amazing.
I don't know how many there are, but the oldest one turned 11 and
18 kids.
yeah, ranging 11 to 1
Yeah.
in ages, and the oldest is was just like 2 weeks older than Ethan, and we met their family at the bitty baby classes when Eleanor and Ethan were infants. So that's fun.
Oh, Eleanor makes 19.
Oh, okay.
19 kids.
So that's
Sorry.
a lot of children.
Yeah.
I think one of the highlights is that Judah rode his bike all the way to Agate Beach.
Which is probably like a mile,
Yeah, I mean, it's got some ups and downs,
right?
and
No gears.
They're on the main road, yeah, just pedaling really fast. And he was just so proud of himself.
Beaming.
Like,
Beaming.
I mean, give the kid a gold medal. He was really proud of himself.
Yeah, he did.
So I think that was a lot of fun. They've just been playing in the sand. And we did a big
Yeah.
hike. We hiked from the Prairie Creek Visitor Center to Fern Canyon.
If you haven't ever been to Fern Canyon, just north of Trinidad, it is just beautiful. Walking through the canyon, it's only like a half-mile hike,
Yeah,
but it's
so
full of ferns.
It's beautiful, but when you have big kids, they do the hike like in 2 minutes, and it's a
Right.
really long drive for a 2-minute hike.
Yeah.
So I convinced the group that we should do the 4.5-mile hike to Fern Canyon.
Yeah.
And they thought that was a great idea until about mile 3.5. But actually, the older kids did the hike with several parents, and it was a really pretty hike. It wasn't too difficult. I think it was just a little longer
Yeah.
than maybe some were prepared for.
Yeah.
But that was a really fun day. I'd been wanting to do that hike for a while, and so I got to do that with Holly.
Yeah.
So
So this has been a really good time to reflect and think. I'm just sitting on the beach scraping for agates and You know, I think with all of this, I'm only too aware of my own mortality and treasuring the moments that I have, and, you know, looking at this next season of life, this next year coming up, and everything that has entail, and knowing how I'm different, and making sure that I'm putting energy in the right things, in making sure that I have my priorities right, and spending time with my parents and my in-laws' parent, or Steph's parents.
In-laws' parent.
Yeah. You know, it's like you can't buy time. And
Yeah, I know. Like when we pack up after Patrick's Point, and I always think like we won't be here for a year, and in a year, like, you know, Holly will be all done with 4th grade. Here we are, haven't even started 4th grade, and by the time we're back here, she'll be done with 4th grade, going into 5th grade, and I always just kind of think of that, and then I'm always surprised, like, and then the next year, you know, we bring another baby, or, you know, there's some other like major life change, and, you know, we didn't come camping last year because of COVID, so it was really 2 years ago, you know, that Ethan came and like camped, and it's just weird that was the last time he really camped at Patrick's Point, you know, as a 3rd grader, and you know, you assume that you'll be able to come back, and that's not always the case, whether it's COVID or brain cancer or just life. So we're thankful to be here and make these memories, and you know, it's kind of fun that we're not going to go home because it's really hot at home.
yeah.
So we're going to stay here with our sweatshirts.
Yep.
And next stop is Crescent City. So we have a little mix-up of photos and videos from our time here at Patrick's Point, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. So, till next time. We'll see you then.
We've buried dreams, laid them deep into the earth behind us, said our goodbyes at the grave, but everything reminds us. God knows we ache when He asks us to go on. How do we go on? We will sing to our souls, we won't bury our hope.
Oh, looks like everybody's excited that we're camping with trailers this year.
Zero, when we can't see the way, He will part the waves, and we'll never walk alone down the Red Sea Road. How can we trust when You say You will deliver us from all of this pain that threatens to take over us? Where to our souls. We won't bend.